Inconsistent and unfair.
New tonight, a KXAN investigation into complaints against Central Texas property appraisals.
Some homeowners got fed up and asked KXAN's lead investigator, Chris Willis, to check into the process. He joins us now with more on this. Chris.
Robert, Leslie, good evening. I can tell you both exactly what your homes are worth, because the answer is it's whatever the Central Appraisal District says they're worth. And we can tell you it's something all homeowners wrestle with. We want our property values to be high, but we don't want to pay too much in taxes. And our investigation shows the process may not be an exact science. Some say your home value depends on where you live or maybe even where you work. Our investigation begins in Georgetown on Hidden Springs Trail, a neighborhood controversy with more questions than answers. Heritage Oaks is like many neighborhoods in Williamson County. Beautiful homes, manicured lawns, simple suburban living.
Community of great people.
It's a quiet community. We're all kind of in the same boat.
Bill Deal and Ollie Reagan are neighbors who share a common problem in Heritage Oaks. They say when it comes to the yearly appraisals of their homes, they never know what to expect from the Williamson Central Appraisal District.
The first time I got it, it was well over the purchase price, probably $15,000, $20,000 at least over the purchase price. The next year they went up some $27,000.
Deal's house was appraised at 110% of what he paid for it back in 2010. So he protested with the Williamson Central Appraisal District. Did you win?
No, you don't win with Williamson County CAD.
And when Ollie Reagan's land value jumped $15,600 in a year, he too protested with the Williamson CAD.
What I really got was a stone wall.
And this is Ollie's home. The Williamson Central Appraisal District set the appraisal value at $293,500. And these are his neighbors in Heritage Oaks. Same basic floor plans, similar lot sizes, built in the same year. But instead of $293,000, these homes are all valued at $238,000. That's $55,000 less than Ollie's. And when Ollie protested and presented this comparison, he lost.
It was kind of like, we don't care what you think or what you've got for data, we've got our minds made up.
Every one of the houses in this neighborhood were built by the same home builder. Many have the same specs, same square footage, same lot sizes. But according to the Williamson County Appraisal District, the difference is that stop sign. People who live on that side of the street live in an upscale neighborhood, and the people who live on this side don't.
As the neighborhood progresses in growth, there are different areas that sell for more or less than others.
Alvin Langford is the chief appraiser for the Williamson Central Appraisal District, and he is in charge of setting market value appraisals in 182,000 properties in Williamson County every year. And he admits it's nearly impossible to please everyone.
We look at the quality level of the construction of the home, we look at the size of the home, the condition, if it's an older home, have they maintained the home.
Langford says it is Texas law that appraisals and taxes are separate functions. But the reality is, the higher your appraised value, the higher your taxes. But still, Langford insists jacking up the appraisals with the intent to ultimately collect higher taxes simply does not happen.
So regardless of what the taxing units need to collect in the way of taxes, it does not influence the amount of the appraisal. The market itself is the only thing that influences the amount of the appraisal.
It went from 186 to 290 in 1 year.
Meet C.R. Dansby, an 80-year-old retired engineer. When Dansby's appraisal went up $104,000 in 2008, he quickly became an expert in Williamson County appraisals. He protests his appraisal every year and says every year he hears something new.
In other words, they have an answer for everything that you come up with. Whether it's good or not, don't know.
But what Dansby does know, and what he pointed out to us, is just about everybody on his street has seen an increase in their home appraisals. In the last 10 years, 11 of the 12 homes on his street have gone up an average of 27%. But one home, 17 years newer than Dansby's and just 3 doors down, has actually dropped in appraisal value over the past 10 years. This year it dropped from $274,000 to $265,000. And that home is owned by a WCAD commercial appraiser who's married to a WCAD administrative director.
What's the rhyme or reason for that, in your opinion?
Don't know. I certainly don't have an answer.
The appraisal district says the reason the WCAD employee's home is the only one to see a decrease in value is because it's one of the only homes not to have additions or improvements made over the past decade. We checked the appraisals of all employees working for the Williamson Central Appraisal District. There are 60 of them, and 18 of them either do not own a home or live in Williamson County, which leaves 42 employees. Of those 42 employees, 29 of them, or nearly 70%, have seen their property appraisals drop this year, some by as much as 14%.
There's methodologies behind our appraisals, and our employees are subject to those same methodologies, and so therefore their values should do similar things as to their surrounding neighbors.
It's frustration.
It may not be a price I like to pay, but it's a price that's fair. I'm more than happy to do it.
All right, well, we spent a lot of time with Chief Appraiser Alvin Langford. He insists higher property appraisals are not his goal. He focuses on accurate appraisals. Langford says a property value study is done every year across Texas, and the Williamson Central Appraisal District is one of the most accurate appraisal districts of its size in the entire state. He also says they get audited every year for methodologies, procedures, and compliance, and the WCAD tied for the state's highest score. Williamson Central Appraisal District has a three-pronged approach for homeowners to contest their appraisals. You can simply walk in without an appointment. There's also a chance to meet one-on-one with an appraiser. And you can also go in front of the appraisal review board. Experts say it is a good idea to be armed with your own independent appraisal. The WCAD has a series of videos they've posted to help you contest your appraisal, and we have posted a link to those videos with this story on our website at KXAN.com.
Thank you, Chris. Well, if you have a story tip for KXAN to investigate, call our tip line 512-703-5255 or send an email to investigates@KXAN.com.